live. Hi.
Yes. Are you ready for the music?
No. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, that's my turtle. Okay.
Of all the shows, you yell at me about where's the music? Where's the music? See, we work on Tyra time, and I'm okay with that.
Yes, it's good. Yes. Play that funky music, white boy.
Are you tired of being alone? Well, so are we. Well, we went. Okay, you know what? I'm starting that one over. I'm not leaving it like that. Here we go. Take two. Are you tired of being awesome alone? Well, so are we. So tonight we're bringing you part 3 of apps and software that make your life better. Let's go be awesome together. Tyra, there is no shelf watch tonight because you're not in front of your shelf even though you're in your house.
No, and I could barely make it to my desk to grab my microphone.
I don't know what you're doing for 2 people in a house that holds easily 20, and somehow you got rooms you can't make it through, but that's okay.
There has been furniture delivery. There has been furniture moving, but there has not been furniture jettisoning. So
Gotcha.
I have this new stuff or new to us stuff, but I haven't gotten rid of the old to us stuff. So if anybody's looking for a bedroom suit that their grandmother would have had that is sturdy and will last a lifetime because it's already lasted too, please let me know. You have to pick it up and carry it out of my house.
And Earth Station Boo pops in to say hello at 22 days.
Shut up. Shut up.
I'm excited, though. It's keeping me busy.
Yes, it is. Okay, I would just like to say it's really 23 days.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Judy!
But by the
Judy
time we publish, it will be, hey, Judy.
Judy. I got to tell Judy something real fast.
Okay, go ahead.
Judy, please go fill out the panelist form so I can highlight you. Thank you. In the Discord. Are you on our Discord? Be on our Discord. If not, text me. I'll get you there. Okay. Thanks, Charles.
Well, the digital media track is cracking along. We have all the rooms in our Discord made. So if you're a panelist on one of the panels, you have a room to chat with the other panelists. And there's some new cool stuff being tried this year. Some similar panels that we brought in the past. We're shaking some things up and changing it up. It's going to be fun. And Earth Station Boo actually put 22 days, 20 hours, and 27 minutes. Tyra.
You're killing me, Boo. Like, this is a horror movie. Play it out in my life right now.
It's fun stuff. I'm with Boo. I'm like, okay, let's get things done.
I know. They started on Thursday night. That's why it says 22.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I don't know. I just do math badly.
Nah, you're good.
So, hey, Charles, do me a favor.
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
you throw up that digital media link tree thing for me?
Okay, yes.
I have no control. Okay, so I'm not in my office. I'm on my laptop, and I have to stretch my arm as far as it will go to reach it.
You made a new one. So
I
let me
did.
add
No,
that.
don't send that one.
Oh, that's the highlight one. Yeah,
That's the highlight one.
There you go. Linktree /DC Digital Media Track.
That's us. So that will have links to everything. But Judy, I will send you one when we get off. But that's our life. That's what if Shelf Watch was here. First off, I'm not entirely sure that you could see the shelf for the bookcase and lingerie cabinet that's in my office right now. But if you could, it would look the same as last week.
Well, that's how that goes sometimes. So let's jump in because every time we get going, we go. Well, we're gonna get through this, and we don't get through it.
Well, what have you been doing? I told you about. I've got furniture to jettison. What about you? It's not just about me, even though it should be.
It really is. It really is about you. I've been picking up some contract work and doing some different things, and got another project in the works that could be financially beneficial, not just to me, but to Aaron as well.
Awesome.
And that's been fun, and doing the caffeinations. And
I love the caffeination.
working on some stuff there, that I just kind of spitball some ideas and send them your way. Then we'll have a chat about that soon.
I sent you some ideas back.
You did, absolutely. And then
Asking
we'll
you
chat.
shall receive. Well, we will chat.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. But I am working on other tracks at the moment, helping those things get
he's
right.
not just ours anymore.
Yeah, Joe, man. Joe's eager, just like, well, if I take over next year, like, pump the brakes, buddy.
Pump the brakes, dude. Pump
I love the
those brakes.
eagerness. I like that he's thinking out loud. And I like that he's definitely done a lot more this year with the digital media track, and it's been very good.
I haven't trained him yet, so no.
What was funny is we were at the director's meeting when he was here, and Regina came up to talk to me, and Joe's like, so he said it in his Joe fashion, but it was something like, what if I throw a coup and overthrow Charles and just take over? And Regina didn't even pause. She goes, no, that's not your job. And then she turned right back to me and started talking. I'm laughing. I'm laughing so hard. And he was laughing too. It was great.
We love Joe. His foot is often in his mouth.
So, all right. Okay. So this is part 3. This is the first time we've done a part 3, but that's okay.
It probably won't be the last, given how much you and I love to talk.
And you know what? This stuff, honestly, each one of these sections that we're doing and the apps and software that just makes your creative life better, we could probably dive in. Like social media, we could probably spend a whole hour on, management and those kind of things. So we're doing the best we can, keeping it surface level. Then, of course, as you write in and call in, and not call in, but
we don't have a phone number, Charles.
We can, though. It's a thing I use on Wise and Nerdy called SpeakPipe that I can set up for Be Awesome Together. And you can have your voice in here going, hey, Tyra, 'cause I know you're not going to ask me, hey, Tyra, what do I need to use for XYZ or this social media thing?
If it's editing, they're asking you. Let's just be honest. We might try. Did I show the sticker design at the end of last show? I don't. It was in
a little bit. Well, you showed it to me. I don't know if you showed it live, but we're working on a sticker.
We're working on it.
I don't think we're going to have it for this year for Dragon Con.
We're not that together.
No.
Oh, no.
We lost it?
No, I thought I heard a cat on the table.
Oh.
What y'all can't see is behind this screen, there are stacks of cookbooks and other things.
We're going to go viral because the curtain collapses and we just see all the hundreds of newspapers you've hoarded from your grandma's days. It's going to be hilarious.
I don't have newspapers. I do have all my mother's cookbooks, some of which are 100 years old. Anyway, moving on now.
All right. So, like
It's
a
gonna be that
cookbook
kind of
manages
show, ladies and
recipes, how do you manage your social media?
Well, it is sort of like a cookbook when you think about it. There are so many different ways to manage social media. So the first thing I'm going to tell you, and I think Airstation Boo said it before, yay for consistency. Consistency is the biggest thing. And I will tell you now that you don't have to post as often as you used to. So for a while, particularly with the meta companies, you had to very, very, very post all the freaking time. Now you can slow that down. We're not going to be slowing that down at the digital media track, but at the Be Awesome Together world, we're shooting for 2 to 3 times a week. We're not there yet. But there are many places to help us be able to do that, one of which is Canva. So if you're already designing in Canva, Canva actually has a social media posting mechanism that you can pre-schedule and do that within Canva itself. Now, if your primary platforms are Facebook and Instagram, don't do that. Use MetaSuite. MetaSuite is awesome. MetaSuite is the program embedded within Facebook that you can run pages and Instagram accounts through. And it is the bomb. And I say that after a decade of saying what crap Facebook gave us. You used to have 2 different apps, one of which you would get on your phone to do stuff with. You'd have to have another one that you'd get on your laptop, but not on your phone with. It was hell, people. Living, breathing hell. Now it's all in MetaSuite. I do use it on my laptop. I don't use it on my phone. I don't do a lot of social media management on my phone if I can get away from it, except for posting stories because I'm old and I like a big screen.
You
Do you
know,
like a big screen, Charles?
I like a big screen. I cannot lie.
I knew that.
So, but
Those
also
were the days.
the phones. My wife has actually gotten to where she's using her phone for a lot more, and I think of phones as a younger age thing. Like that stuff was invented during my lifetime, and while I'm very good at it, I still want to create on my laptop. Muscle memory being one thing. Second thing is it's just set to work differently, and I can maneuver differently, and that kind of thing. So I definitely prefer my laptop to a tablet or a phone. But I'm finding more and more, even generations older than me are like, I do everything on my phone, which at first I was annoyed by, but then it's like, oh, okay, you're really helping me troubleshoot the website because of, you said, man, it looks like crap. I'm like, I'm looking at it. It is gorgeous. And they send me a screenshot like, oh, you're on your phone.
Yeah, no, you got to look at that phone.
Yeah.
We'll talk about websites, but when we get there,
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
talk
get to
about
that.
doing that.
But yeah, no, big screen's the way to go.
But I do like edits. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, you did an edit the other day.
I did. I've done 2 of them now. I'm going to do another one this week. My goal is to do one every week. I don't know what this week's going to be about.
Hey, I want to, can I do
Do you have an idea? Does anybody have an idea of what I should do a reel about this week? I need help. Earth Station Booth says edits isn't half bad. Look, I just need easy and that I understand. And I understood it like the first time I used it to show off our coffee machine. What are we doing? Charles.
They're supposed to give me like a TikTok format to play with so that I could set us up and you could cut this as a reel without having to do too much edits. But the option's not there for some reason. So I thought if I went to the wide shot, I'd do it, but no. Sorry.
Oh, I do need it. I do have. So I did in YouTube. I found this out just recently. You can go into a video and using the transcript, you can cut out like a short of it and download it.
I did not know that.
Oh, Earth Station Boo, I'll do a DC countdown. That I would do. I got my schedule. I'm going to be a busy girl.
Yeah, you are. I think you're just shy of 10 panels, if I remember right.
I'm 10, I think.
You're at 10. 10 is your max. You cannot do more than 10. That's a rule that we've had for a couple of years now.
I have, what do I have? I'm on 3 different tracks, which I'm very excited about. Mm-hmm. And I actually have one that I'm like, oh, that's going to be interesting that I'm moderating. I'm moderating some over on the writer's track, which really just made me excited. Where is it? Bringing the Heat, writing spicy.
Miss Cozy Fantasy herself is going to moderate Bringing the Heat.
Oh, honey, you don't.
Oh, I know. You broke me with the hissing and kissing, ladies. I know you can handle it. Quite all right.
It's going to be fun. So, no, I'm excited. And now I'm counting panels because now I'm curious one.
So, yeah, you've been doing the reels. I should probably do a Caffeination 4 Be Awesome together.
You should. What the heck? Just leave us out. It's where it came from.
I know. And I gave you one special the other day. I pulled out a Taylor Swift and threw that in there.
And did you see what your buddy did for you?
Are you talking about Joe where he cut my face out and they made memes?
No. Okay. So
you said you tagged some Swifties.
I did. I tagged Taylor Nation. So one thing that you should do with whatever social media software that you end up using, and Meta is really good for this, is it will let you know when somebody mentions you in a post or tags you in a post or replies to a post, Charles, or maybe shares it to their own stories tagging Taylor Nation.
Okay. I'm not in MetaSuite.
Yeah,
I should.
Okay.
I know.
I love Charles.
I know.
So anyway, make sure that you're following those things because here's your great social media tip of the day. If you engage back, people will engage more.
So okay, let's take that video as an example. If I see comments, I will absolutely go and engage with the comments. But other than that, how can I engage back?
Well, definitely like the comment, engage with the comment. If somebody posts, like I took your reel and I posted it as a story, you can reply to that story to me so that I know that you saw it and show me some love. Go, oh, thanks for posting Taylor Nation. And then you could
And that's
also
on
repost it as well.
Instagram?
That's on Instagram.
Okay. I'm learning something here, people.
Oh, it's
Okay.
super important. And you have to catch them like when they're live. So there should be a notification in your box that I tagged you. And let me see if I can find it.
Let's see.
Who knows? I posted it. It's there. So anyway, now that we're in social media land of craziness, trying to figure out what we're doing, I will. Here it is. I posted a reel of Charles's reel. I mean, not a reel. I posted a story highlight. And story highlights are one of the great ways that you can help people. So like if somebody posts something that you really love and you want to share it, you know, on Instagram, that's like next to impossible. But what you can do is share it as a story. And that can be added both to your Instagram and Facebook if they're connected. And that actually helps because if somebody sees it and they like it, they can actually click on it and go to that person's stuff. So with his, he did one for Fearless, and I tagged Taylor Nation, which is the account that kind of interacts with fans, and then posted it on both my places.
Okay.
So anyway,
Well, thank you for helping me be awesome, because I'm going into Instagram right now, right, to follow what you're saying, look at the post. I saw that I was invited to collaborate on a reel, and that's from a show that I was just on as a DragonCon spokesperson called Ash Said It, ASH, Ash Said It. And her Instagram is One Love Ash, LOVE, One Love Ash, number one. And she cut a clip of the interview where we're talking, and you put a cool DragonCon photo behind it, captioned the whole thing. And so I was able to go heart, and then I put it on my story, then it offered to let me put it as one of my highlights.
Yep.
So I did that.
I will tell you, MetaSuite is wonderful if you can get where you go into it on a regular basis. Like while we're at DragonCon, if the stars align, Tyra will not be having to post. I will pre-program all that crap, but I will use MetaSuite to do that. I don't know what to. I've got a pre-program Blue Sky. If anybody has a good social media software for Blue Sky, please let me know because I'm going to have to try to find one. But the key there really is that if I do that, then all I have to do is pop open MetaSuite and like some posts, reply, try to stay on top of people asking me questions. But I don't have to go through the process of doing captions and doing posts. All that will be pre-programmed and ready to fly out the door. Hopefully by Tuesday before DragonCon, please, dear heavens, everything that's holy, all the dragons in the universe, thank you. But anyway, what were we talking about before we got sidetracked?
Hootsuite, MetaSuite, later Buffer.
MetaSuite's my favorite for dealing with Facebook and Instagram. Sometimes it lets me go ahead and share stuff on Threads. I have yet to figure out when it does that, but when it does, I think it's sexy. Hootsuite is good. They have gone up in price like insanely. I love Buffer. I agree. Buffer is what you're using for Blue Sky, is what our station Boo said.
I'm trying to look.
I will look at Buffer because Buffer actually has a really decent free plan. And I like its dashboard better than I do Hootsuite. Hootsuite got super expensive. If you run a really big business, Sprout Social is the way to go. But it's literally way, way, way expensive. I'm now trying to find my notes. So, Charles, chime in now.
Okay. All right. I got to actually, my time is to have a question.
Oh, good.
I've looked at a couple of different ones. I've never really. I had one a while back that I liked out of England, and I think it got bought or something else.
Content Cal was one of them. It was great.
That wasn't it, but that sounds great. But what do you think? Here's the question. What do you think about I know everybody has a free plan, so I'm not counting that. You know, free is good for if you can use it for, you can use it for. But the monthly subscription / annual subscription versus the one-time pay, because I saw one come up on, I think it was on TikTok, called Paddy Post, Paddy, Paddy Post, and spilled tea wine spilled tea wine media mind on our Discord was asking if anybody used it. I said I saw some ads, but I'd never pulled the trigger. But their big thing is like a one-time lifetime access for $49. Well, it's like $99, but slashed. And I don't think they have all the same tools as like a Buffer does. But in this day and age, it almost seems like the one-time lifetime access fee programs are not good in my limited experience.
Yeah, I would be very sus. I have not heard of them before. They haven't come up on my radar as far as from like my background is in marketing, so it hasn't really come up on anything that I've seen. The other problem is if you're using something that is not one of the big ones, sometimes, particularly Meta properties will do this. They'll block them out. So that would be my problem with Patty posts. Though I love the idea of not having to pay every single month, but don't know that I don't know that it's going to have all the scheduling features that I want. Later is the other one that I would recommend, particularly if you are on Instagram. It was created for Instagram, and I really like it. I'm trying to find it. There's also AppSumo. No, ignore. Yeah, AppSumo and SocialBee. I haven't used those. Later is and Buffer are the two that I like the best. And I was trying to find out how much their pricings are, but I like them because they were tailored for Instagram. So they're really good with hashtags and kind of following that. They have an amazing free conference every year it's virtual. Definitely go to that. If you don't go, you don't even have to have Later to do it. Later is also the company that does Linktree.
Oh, okay.
So if you love Linktree and you love the way it functions, you're going to like the way Later functions because it's very, very, very similar. So that whole link in bio thing is born off of them.
So the next question is, what point in your media creation / growth do you say it's worth it to start paying for these apps? Specifically like the Later or the Buffer?
So I would say if once you're on too many platforms and you're finding it hard to manage them and you're not just on Meta, you're on other ones, then a social media platform can help you be able to do that. And it usually with the paid subscriptions, you will get a little bit of insights as well to help you kind of try to understand what's going on, but they are not cheap. I was trying to find like some pricing for Later and for Buffer. If anybody knows the pricing for Buffer off the top of your head, please let me know because I would love to know. And I'm only on my little phone here. So I'm doing a quick.
Yeah, I'm looking.
But that to me is the biggest thing is you've got to be looking at what it's going to be. Now, Buffer does have a really great free plan. A lot of them have a decent free plan where you can get one account on each of the social media profiles. So if you only have one thing that you're running, like let's say I just had Tyra Burton, then I would be cool. I wouldn't have to pay for anything. But I run Tyra Burton. I run Be Awesome Together. I run the digital media track. So it would be reasonable for me to pay for something. I'm also cheap and I don't. So
So you use the email to open up a new free account on these things?
yeah, so you get started for free. I'm trying to find.
Okay, so on Buffer.
Anyway, go forward.
It says free forever, connect up to 3 channels.
Yes.
10 scheduled posts per month, 100 or refill anytime. It says 100 ideas, 1 user account, AI assistant, basic analytics, and world-class customer support. Then at $5 a month or $60 a year. Plus, it says you save 2 months, plus you get a 14-day free trial. Unlimited scheduled posts per channel. It says 1 channel. So for $5 a month, it's 1 channel. Whereas free, you can connect up to 3 channels.
It's, are we on Later?
This is Buffer.
This is Buffer. Okay, free forever is 10 scheduled posts per channel, 100
and that
ideas.
says connect up to 3 channels, but the $5 is 1 channel, it looks like.
So it's Oh,
But the $10 is one channel. I think something is misprinted
something's
here.
janky there. I don't know what it
Yeah.
is. One of the big issues when you use free is that there's only one thing. There's only one person that hasn't. There's only one email attached to it, so you have to
Right.
share that password. Earth Station Booth says $18 or $36 per month for 3. That's it has gotten pricey, people. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say,
Yeah. I mean, honestly, right now I'm just doing it myself
yep.
for everything I do, and it shows. I'm not. Yeah, I'm consistent on my caffeinations for the most part. I don't do it every day, but I do roughly 6 days out of the week, and it's not intentional. Just sometimes one gets away from me.
Yeah.
But then one EMS, I'm not doing a ton over there. I'm not helping a lot with Be Awesome Together. Then there's Wise and Nerdy. So there's when you do it yourself across the platforms. I think as I build a rhythm, it would be easier. I am like the caffeinations are building a rhythm, so I feel like okay, I'm getting that rhythm down. I could then turn around and do a Be Awesome Together thing, and then I could turn around and do one EMS thing and Wise and Nerdy. And by the time I'm done, you're really only talking 45 minutes to an hour of my day, and I've knocked out 4 major properties on all the platforms.
Yeah.
But it is about getting that rhythm, because as you build that rhythm, even with these apps, I've given up on a lot of these apps because I don't give it enough time to get that rhythm down to go, oh, this is how it works and I can make it work for me. You have to figure it out, and that investment of time is whatever.
I will say that I do like the free plan from Buffer because you get 3 channels. The caveat is it's 10 scheduled posts. So you can only have 10 scheduled per a channel. That's their kind of crux. But I'll be honest with you, if I have more than 10 posts scheduled per a channel, the angels are singing. Because that doesn't happen unless Dragon Con's coming. So I would really look at that and look and see what you can get free. I would say that Buffer right now probably has the best. Later would be the second one. If you're heavily invested in Instagram, definitely look at Later. I'm reading what Elaine has just put up.
Is that 10 per month or per week?
It says 10 per month. It says 10 scheduled posts per channel, refill anytime. So if you have 3 connected channels, you can schedule 30 posts, 10 for each channel at any one time. Once a scheduled post is published, you can schedule another post.
So that's the refill.
Yeah, and that's awesome. I will tell you, that's pretty good. So if you have 3 primary platforms, I agree. Judy's got it down with Buffer. Hootsuite used to be amazing. Amazing. It's not anymore. I also remember when the free option, you had so much you could do with it, and they took that price and put it through the roof. So, and it's 10 per. So we just talked about that. Elaine loves Later. Love their blog.
I
Their
just
blog
downloaded
is
Later.
great. Their blog is absolutely great. I get a lot of good information through it. Also, Sprout Social, I would not pay for their stuff because it's too flippin' expensive, but their blog is also really good.
It's I guess for me, it's like, okay, you got to create that content ahead of time. And that's typically it's not how my brain works. Every caffeination is fresh that morning. I make a fresh pot of caffeination every morning
Fresh. Freshly brewed.
Yeah, no stale glass pots here for our motivation. And that's just kind of how I always work. All of my videos, all the things I've ever done, the moments, even the one moment that went viral, it was in the moment. It was like I caught the moment and did that. So the idea of, I thought maybe I should do a few of these ahead of time, because there's times like tomorrow I get up really early and get stuff going and I'm doing things and I might forget, but I don't know.
Yeah, you don't pre-make content.
But to a point, I should like to remind people Be Awesome Together is coming out, to remind people Wise and Nerdy is coming out. Even if I pre or post made, because a Patreon gives you nice little cuts to do promotions with for your audio and different things. So I don't know. I gotta figure something out. I don't know. But while we're doing the figurings out, websites. Where do you fall on websites, Tyra?
Hold that moment. We're going to tell Elaine thanks, and that we really are glad that she stopped in for a moment. And yes, the semester is coming. Okay. Thank you.
Is that like winter is coming?
It is. It absolutely is. So anyway, what are we talking? Sorry, Charles. I just felt the need to acknowledge
Websites.
our audience because that's a good
That's
a good tip
interaction.
for streamers.
It's a good connection.
I'm trying.
You're good. You notably hate websites and think nobody should have them. But if you were to get one, should you WordPress or not?
Tinkerbell is not happy with you. If you want to, if you want to WordPress and cry a lot, feel free. And WordPress is great. It is literally the most used web building platform out there. It is also the most hacked because of that. So if you do use it, make sure that you keep it updated. Don't let your site lag behind in updates because it does get hacked oftentimes. But it makes me cry.
I get that.
I'm just not a website builder, Charles. Are you?
Yeah. Well, okay. I was HTML 3, 4, and 5. I hand coded everything. Then they came out with CSS, and it just wasn't my jam. And that's when I got into WordPress. And so my brain understood a lot of it. And I bought my own web hosting through. And basically, that's when you go buy a website on a place, but you say you're going to build it. We're going to list out a few here. But basically, WordPress is free. So you could buy the hosting, and that's all you're paying for. And it's usually cheaper than if you build a site through that same company. And WordPress would be able to be put in general, installed, if you will. And then there's a billion different templates, both free and paid for, that you can get. But you really do kind of need to know some coding, and you need to know some site design, and then how those two go together. Because in my experience, most people who know how to code can't really design, and vice versa. And I tried to bridge that gap, and I did okay. I'll say I did okay. Not fantastic, but I did okay. But if you really have that knack, that's a way to go. I can do it. But I absolutely prefer sites like Wix, where I have oneems.com, and sites like Squarespace that I have WSN TV, and I think Be Awesome Together is where we put that. And I put a lot of stuff on
Squarespace.
Probably because, so here's the thing. I backed into Squarespace. Wix I knew about, I liked it. Okay. And I bought a bunch of domains through Google Domain.
Yeah,
right?
that's
good price.
A fine place. Yeah.
Great everything. And then
you do not have to buy your domain through your web hosting provider.
It's true.
Sorry.
You're fine. And so I had set up OneEMS with Wix as the site and Google as the domain thing. And then Google sold all of that to Squarespace. Right. So because I got kind of sucked up into that, I was like, well, let me try some stuff here. Because you usually get discounts if you stay within the ecosphere of wherever you're at.
What is Squarespace's price these days?
I don't remember. It's like $200. It's the same I've been paying for almost 10 years. It's like $200 a year. I mean,
That's outrageous.
Okay, I've been paying like $200 a year for almost 2 decades now, but that's usually because I go for space and everything else. I'm talking about across the board.
Yeah, no, I mean, depending if that's $200 for a bunch of sites, then that's a good price.
I don't honestly remember, to be
truthful.
I'm not talking about the URL. I'm talking about the site and everything.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
So what, for TyraBurton.com, what's your numbers?
120, I think.
Okay.
I gotta look. It's on Weebly, so
I do a lot of different things. I need to look, and I do need to look and actually break it down and look at it.
I need to look too again. I have a spreadsheet with it all on it for the taxes.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing you want to do is figure out if you're going to have somebody run it or you're going to have to build it yourself. And if you're going to build it yourself, figure out what your level of expertise is.
I'll tell you, one of the things I definitely pay for on a site like Wix or Squarespace is to take the programming out of it. Is to let me throw in some programming when I want to, like when I want to embed video players. Let me do that. And actually, I will absolutely stand behind Wix. I use Wix and Squarespace, but I love Wix because it's almost a hybrid of the new model of drag and drop, which it does really well.
It does
But it
adequately.
also
Yes.
has some WordPress aspects to it. Like
It does.
what I wanted on 1ems.com, when I wanted a video, what I call a video belt. It's just this 1.5 inch wide line on my screen that it scrolls through automatically, and you see different videos that are there. And I wanted it to be able to, whenever I published, it goes
Charles?
there. Yes.
I've got to step away, so I'm going to let you have this conversation,
Okay.
and I'll be right back.
All right. Bye, Tyra. Tyra will be back in a second. So I was able to go on the Wix store or whatever and say, hey, you embed YouTube carousel, those kind of things. And I found a plugin that, much like WordPress, I could just go, okay, click install, and it did it. And then I could go to the toolbar, say, put it right here, and it did that. Squarespace is not that. Squarespace is very much one size fits all. So think of WordPress as expert level. I can code it. I can design it. A lot of work, blood, sweat, and tears, right? That's WordPress. Wix is in between for somebody like myself who wants control, who wants to be able to put in some code, wants to plug in some things, wants to be able to change it and mold it like clay. So you have to know some things to do that. That's Wix. Squarespace is the Chick-fil-A of web hosting. You know what you're going to get. You know, I want web hosting. I want to basically market. Most people nowadays who want a website want to sell or connect a calendar or market. It's for business, right? So it's very much that. You know what you want out of it, and it's very square in the sense that I can't just mold it like clay. It's very much, here's the drive-through, here's your order, thank you, move forward, have a blessed day, or whatever they say. I forget what they say. My pleasure, right? You say thank you, they say my pleasure. Anyway, that's Squarespace. They have a lot of great stock photos and videos. They have a lot of cool tools, but it is very much click, put that here, click, put that here. I want to change it. Well, here's your 5 options. I don't really like how they do the colors either. You can set brand colors, but it's the way it comes through. It just doesn't work with my brain. I figured out how to manipulate it, but when I set the site colors, the way it played with it, just, I don't know, it didn't work. So those are some options. Weebly, I'm not familiar with Weebly. I'll look it up real quick, but that's in our website thing. It's a free website builder, makes it easy to use, create a website. Okay. So yeah, Weebly is
I love
for
Weebly.
Website Square. Okay. Well, you go for it, because I think you put that one on the list, and that one, I just looked it up. I wasn't that familiar, but it looks a lot like Squarespace. And I was saying Squarespace is very much the Chick-fil-A of website design, because it's very much, we have chicken. So Squarespace is, we have these things. We say, give me a page about me. You get 5 options. That's it.
Yes.
You get 5, and you got to pick, and then that's your base template, and it's okay. It's all right.
And that's what I use Weebly. Weebly is what my site is built on. It's what I've built my pilot. I'm a volunteer with an organization called Pilot. Deals with brain safety, health, and awareness. And I built their website for our local chapter on Weebly. I've built my sister's artist site on Weebly. I love Weebly because I've been playing with it enough that I know how to customize it, from taking their template and going, oh, okay, that looks okay. Let me change that. Let me change this. But for plug and play, it is absolutely beyond the easiest thing out there. You cannot find easier than Weebly. So what I always say is Weebly is the easiest. You have the least amount of customization, but once you learn how to play with it, you can play with it, and it will accept HTML code.
That's the thing with Squarespace. There's certain things that they do lock out at certain levels.
Ooh.
So it was weird, because I had a level that I bought. I don't remember what it's called, but I guess they changed the name of it. So when I wanted to do some HTML code, it's like, you have to be at this level. And I was really Googling and this and that and the other. And it goes, basically, you're at that level. I had to apply for the free upgrade, essentially. I was on, I guess maybe they called it the standard plan before, and now they call it the cool kid plan or something. and it worked, and I was able to embed my code. But does Weebly one price fit all, or do they also have levels?
They also have levels. So like I'm at the professional level, which is $12 a month billed annually. So I'm like at $140-ish.
Okay.
And the next one up would be performance, which adds some other features that I don't know what they are. But I've been getting by on the $12 a month plan. They also have one, I actually may be the $10 a month. I actually think I am. This is personal to connect to a custom domain. It's $120 a year. And for what I do on my site, I can do that. Now, if I needed to have like a private area, I'd have to pay a little bit more for that. But for me, what I needed was easy to use. Tyra does not code. Tyra does not code. Wix, if you do have, now the other thing that's good about Weebly is if you have a shop and it's tied to Square, Weebly is owned by Square now. So that can go very nicely hand to hand. If you're on Shopify, you're going to want to do Wix because they are paired together. So depending upon which platform you might have your stuff on will also depend on which one you use. Wix, I have built sites in Wix before. I find it to be a little bit more make Tyra cry, but not as much as WordPress. So Weebly, Wix, WordPress is the way they go in terms of customization and making Tyra cry.
Yeah, I Wix is my jam because it makes nice Tyra medium. Cry, but it is a nice medium of
it is.
Oh, I can just click, done for a lot of it, and then when I want to do more, I can kind of get my fingers in there and do a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
So on to some miscellaneous things. What is Wakanda Forever? Or no, that says Wakalit. I think you misspelled Wakanda.
I did not misspell Wakanda. I would never ever do that.
What? Walk a lot.
What? So Wakelet is actually something that I discovered through teachers. And I'm actually going to bring up my app now. So, because that's the only way I can look at things right at this moment. But what Wakelet does is it's basically, it's a bookmarking site. Okay. But I can do things like I taught a German class and, I could create links that our on-air people can't see, and I don't think that's coming in. But I could do things like, here is German social media links. Here's ones for tools for the German course. Here's links for each of the days of the class. So I can go through and create classifications. It's like Pinterest, but a lot simpler. And I don't have to go look at feeds. I can just go, hey, here's my collection of crochet patterns. Here's my collection of articles about AI, or for Scotland planning our trip, or podcast how to, or my husband's building Jedi robes. I have a whole thing for that. So it's a bookmarking site. But then once I have that, I can actually share it. So it can actually work really well with a podcast. If you want to create, if you're like maybe going over a bunch of things, sort of like Charles and I are doing, I could go in and create a Wakelet that had links to each of the things we talked about. And we could use that in the show notes. And so the show notes wouldn't have tons of links. It would have one Wakelet link. And people could go there to get them. So I like it for that. It's a great way that if you are planning something, building something, or if you're like me and have 400,000 tabs open on your computer and you need to shut them down so that you can, restart or, upgrade the software, then Wakelet can help you keep track of those 4,000 things that you had open. So that's what I love about Wakelet. It's just a great little tool. It's on an app as well on your desktop, and there is an app for your browser where you can just click it.
I was going to ask if it integrates with the browsers.
It does. It's a Chrome-based. I don't know if it's on others. I know it's on Chrome.
Okay. And then... Oh, you always have to slide this one in.
What did I slide in? I don't have my show notes, ladies and gentlemen.
E-ink scribe. Oh, look at me. I got a scribe.
I can't help it. Do you know that it's actually where I started? I was trying to come up with post ideas, and I actually used my scribe. So if you don't know what a scribe is, it's an e-ink device. So e-ink is things that you can use just like you would a legal pad and write on them. All of them that are e-inks convert the writing to text. You have to write somewhat clearly to be able to get it to do that. But it acts just like a notepad. So I can take notes and I can make folders on my e-ink thing. And I can have one for the digital media track. I can have one for Be Awesome. I can have one for my book. For me, in terms of social media, if I have an idea, I can just squiggle it on there. So it would help. Earth Station Boo Claire.
Wakelet. I think she's talking about Wakelet.
So would it help with readability for sites?
Like instead of having a
It
bunch of
might.
links on your site, you could
It
say.
might, to be honest with you. Actually, that's a great question. In terms of accessibility, the biggest thing with accessibility is you never want to put the god awful link, you know, the one that has all the squigglies and all that. You always want to say, here is a link to Wakelet, and then make a thing where Wakelet, when you click it, takes you to the URL. If you do that, that does well with readability and accessibility. If you don't do that, then the Wakelet definitely would help with that.
Here's some homework for your station boo. Go start your Wakelet and make it about the best episodes of Be Awesome Together that have really moved your life forward. And that'll be your first. We'll grade it for you when you come back next week.
I can't wait to meet you at DragonCon. Anyway.
So, yeah, I know you love your e-ink scribing
I
because it helps you
do,
stay
and-
organized and write.
So mine happens to have templates on it. So it has a calendar. So I literally pop that calendar up, and we actually didn't talk a lot about this when we were talking about social media management, but I actually use the calendar in there to do a rough draft of the content calendar for the digital media track.
Okay.
So it just was very helpful. The other thing is I use that calendar blank sheet to write out. I have a month for each of the rest of the year, and I went ahead and blocked out because one of my things with organizing my time and trying to get more done is to accept when I can't get more done. And so that means being aware of what is going on in my life. So if I can stare at it and go, oh, that week after DragonCon, yeah,
Where life just has to stop for a few
it just
days.
has. And I've got I got to go to. I've got courses the next
Sure.
day. I've got things to do, but I know that I'll have enough bandwidth to do this show, do my classes, and that's it. Don't expect myself to be able to write. I don't expect myself to. Now the biggest thing I need to do there, and this is a whole nother subject, but follow through. I need an assistant to follow through for me.
Same.
So my biggest thing for this year DragonCon is to follow through and follow up. Follow through and follow up. And I'm going to use that e-ink pad to write it down as I go so I can check it off. Because I like checklists. They make me happy. But yeah, I love my Scribe. It's the cheapest entry into the e-ink market. And it's a good way to find out if you like it. It's also a Kindle. So if you like Kindle and you read from a Kindle, you can have both in the same package. And it fits in my purse.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Now we're talking about apps and software, and you put snail mail address up there. Somebody, yeah, that isn't.
Okay, maybe I need to
Snail
let me find my notes and see what I wrote. Hi, everybody. My name is Tyra Burton.
No,
And
it literally says snail mail, but I think you're maybe talking about.
I found it.
I'm not sure. I
know
don't
what
think
I'm
there
talking-
was anything electronics. I know at one point you were getting, like Bob told us about something he does with
Yes,
mailing.
I know what I'm talking about. Snail mail
Okay.
address. Okay, so if you have if you want to, okay, have a newsletter, which I'm going to have one.
Oh,
And,
yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
going to have one by DragonCon. This is Tyra making a commitment to herself and to all of you. Yes, Judy, checklists are the best. By the way, Judy, are you on Finch? Anyway, side note, Tyra loves Finch. But you have to put in an address. I'm not putting in my home address. Too many people know where I live already. But if you go get a P.O. box, it is fracking expensive. Can I just say that? I went and did research on how much P.O. boxes cost in my area. And let me find I actually have research that is not coming up right now, of course, because that's how my life is going. I'll find it and tell you guys. But it was like $83 for 6 months. I was like, that seems a bit much.
That is a lot.
Yes, $83 for 6 months in one place that I'd have to drive to in Lebanon, Georgia, or in Kennesaw, it was $96 for 6 months. I'm like, that's a
Yeah.
lot, people. So there's something called iPostal One, and I've read lots of reviews. There are other services too, like Traveling Mailbox, US Global Mail, Virtual Post Mail, physicaladdress.com. All of those have the same feature. And what they do is it's a digital mailbox. Some of them are street addresses, some of them are P.O. boxes. You can do the same thing with a lot of UPS locations will have a P.O. box that you can get, but they cost just as much as the postal service.
Sure. Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. So I think I'm going to pay like $10 a month for an iPostal One mailbox. It will give me a street address. It's going to be on Bell's Ferry, and it allows me to be able to put that address in my email newsletter and take care of that requirement. That's a requirement by law. So you can't like delete it. So that's why I put iPost in there, or
No,
digital
that's
post boxes
yeah.
there. And what they do is they send you a digital they'll send you a thing that says, "Hey, you got this mail. Do you want us to open it?" They will open it and scan it for you. Some of these locations even have where you can have packages sent there and pick them up.
All
So,
right. That's kind of cool.
but I do
That's
love a good checklist. Can I just say that?
and you love your Finch.
I
You
love my
talk about
Finch.
that. That's right up there. So Finch could really support this show. Finch could be the number 2 sponsor of the show, because the number 1 sponsor will always be our true love, Taco Bell. When you are at the end of your checklist and you need a good reward, you go get you a Nacho Bel Grande at Taco Bell. Dong.
No, or Station Boo. We should check. We should compare findings. She was doing the same thing, but yeah, Taco Bell. Taco Bell brings me back memories from my college days. We have a Del Taco though.
Nope. Nope. You get the devil's taco right out of here. No. We don't need none of that
It's not
blandness.
bland.
Oh, it is. Okay.
I
Look,
nope.
Obsidian. What is Obsidian for the apps and software?
One day we're gonna have a show. We're just gonna review tacos. We should do that.
Okay. That'd be fun.
I love tacos. I love a good taco. Let us know your favorite places to get tacos in the Atlanta area or someplace else, because I like to travel. Obsidian. Okay, so I have to give a shout out to Ben Meeks. And usually when we talk about Ben Meeks, we talk about Bob. We're talking about Bob
Yep.
Magoo, Tales by Bob, because they're buddies and they're con partners, as we love to call them. And that does not mean they're partners in real life. Just saying. But Ben writes, but he also makes incredible ink pens, which gives me a reason to still put ink on paper, by the way. But Ben introduced me to Obsidian, and Obsidian is it's basically like a wiki software, and you can use it to like keep track of things. So like for this show, could do something where I had each episode and had things we talked about, or I could have subject areas. As a writer, and I'm writing fantasy, I'm using it for a world building thing. So I'm using it to keep track of where's my character from, what's their familiar's name, what's the magic that they're doing. It's just a great way to build a wiki if you need one.
Okay.
If you need it for information for yourself. So like if you're doing something that you need to track it, Obsidian is the way to go.
I know Steven Adams, who is, I believe, a Linux coder. He was mentioning it. He called it second brain. Well, he says the program's Obsidian, but it's the idea of second brain and things like you were saying, can
Yeah,
track.
absolutely.
And I'm like, I just need a human that would use those things. I had that for a year. She was fantastic, because I could just go blah, 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 blah. And she'd organize all my stuff for me. And it's when I was at Trinity. And she wants to do it again. She's waiting on me to have the money where she can be my personal assistant, and I would hire her in a heartbeat again. But yeah, I found that no matter what I do or try, I'm just that I need. And if ChatGPT could become Jarvis, like from Iron Man Jarvis, like that'd be my goal. I just need to be able to say something. You remind me, you think, you form me without worrying about it and go, oh yeah, hey, it's been 3 weeks. It's time for you to get ready for multiverse or whatever. Yeah, for this. Yeah.
See, I use Finch
yeah.
for that, but I have to program it. That's the thing. Treasure Island, Florida. Earth Station Boo, you're going to have to tell me what that is. I love a good taco.
Might be about time. DBZ 9410. Yeah, we'll get you a Dragon Con guide. I have no problems with that. And there's multiples, right? There's like a small one, and then the standard. I can't remember what they do anymore, but we'll pick up.
We'll pick you up one.
The hard copies and whatnot. Sorry you can't make it this year.
Yeah,
that sucks. And then of course we're talking about Discord.
Discord.
People love to hate Discord, but I don't have another option.
No. It definitely serves a purpose. And if you could see, my Discord is on the other side of the screen. It literally is 1, 2. There are probably 20 channels.
Yeah, no, I've definitely whittled down my channels as much as I can.
I need
but there's
to.
still multiples. I even used an app for a minute called Rambox, Rambox. Again, one of those pay ones for lifetime access. And what I didn't realize it was basically there's a better term for this, and the geeks who listen to us, like the tech geeks, will help me out and tell me what the term is. Because it's not VPN, but it's almost like a VPN browser where you open up the app. It sits on your desktop. You open up the app, and you log into places like Discord and Facebook, and it's supposed to help you keep it open and organized. And there's tabs, and like I can pop over to Discord and see what's going on, all in one little window while I do other stuff. But it's very much like its own browser. It's weird that way. It's like, well, if I'm just gonna, my brain couldn't do that. It's like if I'm just gonna log into Discord, I'll just log into Discord.
Well, and I need to know how the platform itself, so for somebody in social media, I need to know how the platform works, which is why I'm all over everywhere, is so that I know how the algorithm works, because I see it work for my own personal feed, and I'm like, oh, I see what it's doing. So that's important. Yeah, that would drive me crazy. But talk about how you.
I still regret it.
I understand. We all have those moments. Sometimes it was dates.
Yeah, I get that.
So question. So how do you think that Discord has improved stuff for the digital media track?
1,000%. So when I came into the podcast track, nobody knew who I was. Well, that's not true. Some people recognized my name, but we didn't know each other, right? And so I come in, and I had no idea how to become a part of Dragon Con, how to do anything with it. So I did what I always do. I go and I insert myself. And I attended panels, and I stood up at microphones and went, hey, I'm Charles McFall from Success Freaks, and blah, blah, blah. Here's my very awesome question. And I just kept doing that, and I tracked down the track director, whatever. I just started introducing myself, going, that's the only way I know of that can possibly be on a panel next year. Right. And at the end of the con, we keep the same two traditions now. One, there was Mark Gunn playing Celtic Irish music, basically his Irish pub songs, or his geeky Irish pub songs. And I think there's maybe 10 of us in the room. And I went, this is weird. And then as I'm relaxing to his music, I'm like, this is cool. Yeah, I never heard him. I'd only met him that year. We had other connections, so I did not know. Anyway, it was odd to me that a convention is doing this music, but it worked. It was cool, and I get it. So we do that every year. And then the wrap-up panel was basically we just put chairs in a circle, and everybody talked about kind of like what we do now. What went well this week? What do we need to change? What are some ideas and thoughts? And my thing was, can we get a database that lets people like me go, hey, this is who I am. I would love to be on a panel, but I have no idea who's going to be there. So if I submit a panel at the time, they were like, who do you want on it? And we try to phrase it differently, but it's still intimidating. I get that.
It is.
But it was like, I have no idea. There's so many awesome people here, and I'm awesome, but you don't know me and I don't know you. And the first, so it didn't happen for a couple of years. And the first iteration was a website that we basically tried to hand build. Me and a few other people tried to hand code a database. It did okay. And then that year, I think Bobby Blackwolf or Joe Ard, maybe both went, I think it's Bobby's like, why don't you get a Discord? And I always answer a question literally, especially after an exhausting weekend. Well, I don't think we have controls set up in this room yet, DBZ. We got you. Thank you for reminding me. We need to get that where they can put in that exclamation point Discord and it gives our link automatically.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Charles has to do that. Tyra doesn't know how to do
Actually,
that.
Charles is going to get his buddy Joe to do that. We'll figure it out. But so,
Love
yeah.
our
So
buddy.
I think Bobby was like, hey, well, you use Discord. So literally I'm like, I'm not going, hey, tell me more about that. I'm exhausted. I went, well, the reason I don't use it is gaming. Like, that's all I understand about it is it's a room and people chat. He goes, oh, no, there's so much more to it. And I'm like, oh, tell me more. And Joe goes, I made one for us. I'm like, Joe, give me 3 effing seconds. I mean, that's Joe for you. That is Joe. Just first year volunteering. Like, boom, here's the Discord.
No.
But yeah.
Joe Ard, who is the second for our track, and we amazingly love him. He is the techie of us.
Yeah.
And he's trying to he may overthrow Charles, but not next year.
No, he will not overthrow me. I reminded him. I was like, even if you take over the digital media track someday, you'll still answer to me because I'm over the digital media track as well as all the other reality tracks.
What you need to get him to understand is that he answers to me and Kaz.
No, that is, yeah. We'll work on that. That's the secret
As
sauce.
long as
that we
he
haven't told him
understands that, it'll be fine.
yet. But so Discord.
But
he
Joe
made
Campbell
it.
is awesome. I will.
Oh yeah,
say
Joe
that.
Campbell's awesome.
Anyway,
but Joe, so he made it, and he was showing me, okay, we have these private rooms and this and that, and we can set up this, and people have called it intimidating, and I've
It
still
is.
the same reason we built it is I go, okay, tell me how we can make it smaller, how we can make it less intimidating, and people are, and whenever an idea comes, we try to mold it and shape it and put it in there, but you guys don't even see what I see. Actually, Tyra might see what I see, but it's so it has changed the way we play so much because the community works with each other, and we had the brilliant idea one of the early years, let's make panel rooms.
Yes.
So every room so if you're the moderator on the panel, we try to put as many people into that private chat as we can so you can talk to each other. And when I say as many, sometimes it's professionals and or celebrities, and I don't always have their contact to say, hey, come get in here and talk. And they might not want to anywhere. They might be too busy. So we put as many people as we can, and you get to really plan out your panels. And when you're on the panel level and you're only on 3 panels, you only see the 3 rooms. And each one of those gets special promotion dropped in by Tyra. People tend to share their pictures there.
Yes.
And
ideas, and I mean, it's a great collaborative space.
Yeah. And so it really has grown. There's some things I'm like, we could probably tamper some of this out. Like, I get people love to share their pets. So I'm not going to mess with that room. I'm not going to mess with that room. But there's definitely other rooms I'm like, do we really need this room? So we might start looking at activity levels.
And I think that, and then all of a sudden somebody will frickin' post in it.
Yeah. And so that's the thing. Consider it open food market or a food festival.
Yes.
Right? Lots of people moving around. Here's a vendor's booth for candy. Here's, some good scotch. Here's, a couple barbecue trucks. Right. But you kind of pick and choose where you land.
Yeah.
And if you think of it that way as a controlled festival, then you're just going to want to surf the chaos and enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
And it'll be all right.
It's true. It's sort of like our show.
Yeah. 1,000%.
1,000%.
Actually, I would dare say because of you, Cos, and Joe, and some other people, it's way more organized. And our show's getting more organized. But
That's true. I would definitely say this is much more organized than when we started behind the track and takeover.
Yeah, absolutely. So speaking of, we made it through our list.
I know. I'm so proud of us. It only took us 3 weeks.
Right. And we talked about edits. We've both been trying edits at the time. We wrote these notes originally.
We hadn't tried edits.
We wanted to. Yeah, exactly. So Instadoodle also I've been playing with. Now that one is a one-time fee, but it's not. So you get access. So if you've ever watched the videos with the voiceover and it's educational, they're drawn on the board. It's that kind of program.
Oh, yeah.
And
I've thought about that a bunch of times.
There's 2 out there, Doodly and Instadoodle. I went with Doodly's a monthly/yearly subscription. And I went with Instadoodle because I'm like, I could try layers at a time. And so right now, at the time when I bought it, I was like, I can afford the $60 to get these 2 or 3 layers, which gave me some AI suggestions. It lets me do some other things. Recently, they just did an update, and I could take a photo of like myself or you or us together, and it'll convert it into a black and white drawing. Because I haven't paid for the color level yet, and I haven't.
Gotcha.
There's also, it can take your word prompts and draw out scenes to it. I haven't played for that level either. So
Okay.
it's not $49 lifetime access.
Right.
That's base level, and then I think they actually got me up 2 levels before. So okay, that's where I'm cutting the cap off. But I will be paying for the color because it's very nice, and I will be paying for the AI prompt because that's kind of what I need when I'm doing these. It's like in a podcast or something like this. Even we could cut a clip of us talking and
Right.
educating instead of just the talking heads that we are. You would get the draw, and motion is something, right?
Yeah,
You get
no,
the
motion
drawing
is
of it,
something.
and then we can easily just throw up houses and clocks and whatever. It makes it a thing. And so I would say Doodle is a great way to get started because for a fairly inexpensive one-time price, you can at least try it. And I've done it with a
Right.
couple of videos now, and I do get the
Ooh.
AI character creator,
Okay.
and it's okay. It's all right. The whole thing's not perfect, but
Well, it's technology.
it is. And the only way to get it perfect is to do the whole voiceover. And you pay lots of money for this. Do the voiceover. And then a human actually goes and
Yes.
draws it. I mean, they
Which is
probably practice a
beautiful.
bunch. Oh, God.
And I've
Yeah. It's amazing.
I've been at a conference where they did that live. And it was amazing.
Oh, I
And
bet
she
that
put
was
the
cool.
poster, like she did the poster of that, what you would see on a computer screen while I was at the conference, and then it hung in the room. And it was amazing to see. And I love those kind of videos, but I don't have that time.
No, right. And
No.
that's where the program came in. And even since I bought the program, I've only legitimately used it 3 times.
I know. Charles, are you
Maybe.
I have a problem.
Yeah.
I buy stuff to do things with, and then I forget that I have it.
I don't necessarily forget I have it. I just don't put the time in to learn how
Yeah,
to use it.
that
Or
too.
I thought, like I made an assumption it was going to do something that it doesn't do. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm there.
So, but I've tried to. Here's a bonus tip of the show when it comes to
Oh,
apps
I
and
love a
software.
bonus tip. Let's have a bonus tip.
I try to find 1 to 2 major features of the app or the software that I know will absolutely solve a problem for me, and that'll be okay. That whatever price I'm paying, it's worth it for that 1 or 2 features,
Gotcha.
because it might have a billion features, but I realize I'm not going to get to it. And
Right.
let's say the app's $100 for the year or whatever, but you're only going to use 1 feature. Is that 1 feature worth paying $100 right now to solve? And that kept me. I still get hooked on stupid crap like Rambox. It caught me, and it's like, oh, it's like through this site that gives special deals and $19. I'll give it a try. Hate it.
Yeah.
Don't. I mean, not that it's bad software. It's just I don't
Not
even know
for
what I
you.
thought it was going to do. It's not for me.
Right. Trust
so
me,
yeah.
I understand. I feel that way about Camtasia. Like, I love Camtasia, but now I have other programs that do that or do similar things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm not going to pay you a monthly subscription fee. Now, if I could still upgrade, I might do that. But I'm not going to pay a monthly subscription fee for it.
Yeah,
I am so
I'm
over
the
monthly
same.
subscription fees. Sorry.
I get it to a certain extent, but it has to be right. It has to be
Yeah.
fit my life. So, and DBZ,
Discord
email us.
DM.
Email us.
Oh, yeah.
Be awesome together at gmail.com.
Yep. Be
So-
awesome together at gmail.com. Dobby says that dogs rule.
Cats drool. Yeah.
It's actually the other way around. It's from Homeward Bound.
Yes.
I love that.
I remember that movie. So, all right, Tyra, where can
Yes.
they find you on the webs?
Where do you think they can find me? TyraBurton.com.
TyraBurton.com. Absolutely.
Because always own your web house at home. Always get a website, even if it just you use it and you direct it to your link tree or whatever. But own your name. Sorry.
Yeah, no,
It's my
absolutely.
rant. I rant every time. I'm going to rant at Dragon Con about it. You can almost guarantee it.
You know, is it a platform? Is it a rant when you're very passionate about it?
Yeah. My rant is, why don't people do... Charles, what did you just do?
I swapped back to looking at the computer. That's what I
Okay.
did.
I'm also on the wrong side tonight, and it's disturbing me.
Well,
I
see,
have
Tyra,
the logo.
you just got to speak up. That's all. Speak there. We can make it right.
Oh, so side note, how do you like the curtains?
I like them. I think that's kind of cool backdrop.
Awesome.
And your camera automatically does this fuzzy thing to it. It's very cool.
I know. Very impressed.
So, okay. Well, Earth Station Boo, you're welcome. Hey, if you want to ask us questions, we have the places to be. Patreon.com/BeAwesomeTogether show is where you can sign up for free right now. We have not built out it'll at least be the new year before we launch paid tiers.
Yeah.
But we're putting up show stuff. Tyra's putting up polls and links. It's very cool there. Instagram's at Be Awesome Together Show, which is doing great. Facebook is Be Awesome Together. And look, YouTube is Be Awesome Together. Twitch is Be Awesome Together. Go find those direct links. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Because after Dragon Con, if you're watching this on the DC Digital Media Track channels, you will not catch our ongoing episodes. After the con this year, we'll be 100% on Be Awesome Together. And that can be also, actually, you know what? I can put it up here.
You know what we need? We need 100 people to like us on Facebook. We need
Yes.
that a lot. Could you drop the links into the channels for you? There's actually a link tree that will take you to all of these things for Be Awesome Together. It's linktr.ee/Be Awesome Together. And it will send you to all of these places. But if you're on Facebook, could you give us a like? Because until we get 100, we can't go live there.
There it is. I said
There
add
we
it to
are.
the list.
Link
So,
tree.
yeah.
And he's going to drop that in the stream channels.
Yes.
Tyra
Hey,
asked nice.
ChatGPT, grab that link for the notes when I ask you for it. And quote me this time and not Tyra, because I quoted you last time too.
ChatGPT likes me better, and I don't
does.
like it most days.
I know it does love you better. You can find all my stuff, charlesmcfall.com, RGOP42 on Linktree. And you have one more thing to say, it looks like.
Well, our Station Booth says, should I switch over starting next week? Which we're on both Twitch channels right now.
Yeah, we're multi-twitching right now.
We're multi-twitching.
So, yes. So, you can switch over, start switching over on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook. You can do it now. Facebook won't be live.
No.
So, if you watch on Facebook, you just have to wait. It's just the way Facebook works. 100 likes in 60 days. So,
Have we hit, well, is it a 60 days after the 100 likes?
No. It's just combined 60 days and 100 likes together.
Okay, so we just need so go find 99 friends, well, 98, because Charles and I both liked our page. My husband hasn't even liked our page. I need to talk to him.
And look, Earth Day Shabu switched over. The only reason I know that is because she says hi.
That's so cool.
So there you go. All right, everybody. Next week, we're not entirely sure what we're going to talk
I
about.
don't know what we're doing.
But it's going to be awesome. I will have the speak pipe set up so you can call in with your voice, but hit us up on all the socials and email. Let us know what you need some help with. Let's surf the chaos and enjoy the ride, people.
Hold on. Where's my coffee?